All right, so we got to clean this yard up. First part of that is going to be we've been just getting stuff out the yard, just stuff. And then we just had a snowstorm because we had our first spring. Then the second winter came back and we had an ice storm and knocked off a lot more junk onto the yard to where it didn't even matter that I did anything the first time. So we got to clean that up again. But before that, we got to get this old flower bed out of the yard because it's been a pain since we have moved in here. There were two. We moved out one already. That's where the wheelbarrow is. It's actually where the other one was. And the front side actually looks better than the back side because that's where this old plank has come from. There's been other planks that have fell off just from walking past and the lawnmower tapping it. So we got to get this thing out of here too. And we're going to take the dirt from there and use it as just kind of a test to see if we can stop a drainage issue. So I took some new stones and built up our retaining wall over there to hopefully help with that. I'm not sure how that's helped because I've done that this winter to hopefully help it just drain out naturally in our yard, or maybe it'll be diverted somewhere else. I'm not really sure. Why don't I just put this all over my yard as like a top dressing since I'm gonna overseed in a couple of weeks? Well, the main reason with that is that this has a lot of random weed seeds and things that were grown here before I moved in here, so I don't really know what plant or fruit or anything they are. I'll rather pay a couple dollars to get some decent top dressing. All right, we're running out of time. You can see the sun is just above my neighbor's house, and that usually means I got about an hour left. I don't know what time it is, but usually it's an hour from like there to when it gets dark. When you're doing stuff like this, I don't know if you're like this, but one thing that helps me keep going is seeing the progress. I could just get everything from over here all at once, but for some reason, mentally, it helps me just to see that I'm going down it. Then I can come back a second time, but it helps me. It feels like I'm doing more than I am. I did not think about the amount of manual labor this was gonna be, and how when I did this before, I was a couple years younger than I am now. It's extremely tiring. I don't work out as much as I used to either, so this is definitely a workout. Doing this, especially while it's wet and the dirt actually holds the water, which makes it heavier than normal. Still would do it while it's wet because it's easier to dig, but it's more weight on you too. A lot of people may just ask why I didn't just head over to Home Depot or like the local rental shop and rent some equipment to do this. One, because if I rent the equipment, I also have to get a truck to get it here because I drive a car. My wife drives a car, and I'm not gonna haul, rent a trailer and haul it with my car. I have to rent a truck and haul it here, then get it off of the truck, do what I need to do, take it back. And by the time I do all that, ask for help to get it off the truck and get it back on, and pay for it, just the costs to actually doing it, in my mind, didn't really weigh out. I didn't mind doing this. If it was something I did mind doing, or if I was a couple years older, probably 2 or 3 more years, I wouldn't do this. In case I haven't said this, my goal in this is not to get this super perfect or professional level. I don't have the time to do this on a professional level. It's a reason that they're paid professionally, because they can do it quicker, faster, and better than a DIYer can. What I'm doing is I'm getting this to a level that can help fix the problem in the short term, and I can perfect over time. What I'm getting it to is a starting point. So, yeah. I don't care what anybody tells you. Leveling is a workout. I'm at the point to where I can finally start to take apart the flower bed. The other side of the board already came off. It just came off naturally. I'm betting I can just pull this thing apart without even like getting a saw or anything to cut it up, because it's so rotted that the wood just breaks if you try to put any pressure on it. So I'm betting I can just like rip this thing apart, except for the L joints on it, and let's see how that goes. Hulk. So just look at this, how rotted this is. Because now that the frame is gone, at least half the dirt is gone. Now I just gotta peel back the plastic and get the rest of this dirt out of here, move it over to the side, and the flower bed's gone. Then once I see, it'll be like it never was there. Like it just vanished. All right, we're on day 3. Same hat, same hoodie, because what's the use of changing your clothes when you're coming back to do the exact same thing? Well, what's the use of not putting the same clothes back on? This up, day 3, we got 1 hour. 1 hour, then I got a call for work, so I'm gonna have to stop at that point. So 1 hour. All right, so it's day 4. Well, that's 8, but it's day 4, and I got a little bit of time. Did plan on being out here today. This is taking way longer than expected. I got done with work a little bit earlier, so I looked out here. I just looked out the window, and I was like, oh man, it's like at the end. It's at the end. So I got like 30 minutes. Knock a little bit out. So I'm not gonna do a lot of moving the camera around or nothing. I changed the microphone, so hopefully you guys are able to hear me really clear. And I'm just gonna be working on what I can do in 30 minutes. So I'm out. I'll talk while I'm doing stuff. We're at the bottom of the soil bed now. And basically I just need to find where the plastic liner is. So I'm not really digging down anymore. I'm more scraping the top off to find where that plastic barrier is, get enough of the soil off of it that I can just flip over, take out that plastic barrier that's under there, and then just flatten everything back down. Got a little bit of time, so let's get to it. So got the weed barrier out. Now the only thing to do is clean up and flatten it out some and level it some. I want it a little bit lower than the soil level, just because I'm gonna mix in a little bit of manure and soil amendments into it to kind of help the seed when I put that down this week, because the soil temperatures are 58. 58. It went from 45 to 58 in about 4 days. When I started this project, the soil temperatures were 45. Now we're at 58 today. It's Thursday. I started this on Sunday. So this upcoming Sunday, hopefully, I'll be able to seed and get that blackout seed down. So things are looking good. I'm feeling kind of hype about it. You know, I appreciate you guys tuning along with me. So I'm just gonna speed wrap this last part.